Thank you, Cecilia. Thank you. I appreciate that, Wayne. Thank you, G-Tag and Cecilia. I feel a lot better. My voice is almost fully back. Still a little bit raspy. Still got a little bit of a cough, but almost there. Thank you, Cecilia. Almost there. All right, you guys can see we are on the outer edges of the city. Thank you, Tammy and G-Tac. You guys can see we're on the outer edges of the city. It was about a 30-minute drive to get here in the cab. Thank you, Amy and Garnita. What is up, Girl Ego? Thank you, Annis, for moderating. Thank you, man. Good morning to everybody in Asia, but good evening to everybody back home in the United States. Good evening. Hello, Butters. Hello. I want to rest, but you know how the grind goes. Thank you, Smiles. Thank you, Doug. You guys know how the grind goes. I'm always out here grinding. Anyway, we're in the village. Let's walk around a little bit and see what life is like out here. Not too far from downtown at all. Only about 30 minutes from downtown. So let's just walk around. What up, RZA? What up, Tammy? We're at a village called Dongyi Village here in Shijiazhuang. I'm just walking around by myself. Thank you, Sarita. We're going to explore a little bit. I kind of see the differences between what a village looks like here in Hebei province versus what we saw in Shanxi province. Thank you, Camaro. Now, the first thing you guys will notice, man, let me show you guys something. I want you guys to take a look at this. It's an overcast day. So there's a chance it may start raining. But also, the air quality here in Hebei. Hello, 90. Hello, everybody. We just got started about 2 minutes ago, so don't even worry about it. We just got started. This is a northern village in Hebei province. We're not that far from Beijing. But unfortunately, for some reason, the air quality isn't as good as Shanxi province. Now, it is raining, so it is an overcast day, so it is a little bit gloomy. However, there is a little bit of smog here in this part of the city. Thank you, Mountain. Thank you, Little Mama. So I do want to point that out. So let's walk around. We're here in the village. This is what it's called right here, by the way. It's called Dongyi Village. Good evening, Alex. Great to see everybody. Dongyi Village. Great to see everybody. Please follow the channel and share this live stream. My voice is almost fully back. We're going to walk around the streets of rural China here in the city of Shijiazhuang. Yesterday we saw the bougie fancy life. I think, Alex, you were there for that. A lot of you guys were there for that. We saw the fancy life yesterday. Now it's time for me to mix it up and take you guys into the streets. Do a little bit of alley hopping this Friday night. Thank you, Joe Blair. What is up, everybody? Yes, please share this live stream like Shaw is doing. Shaw, I don't know if you caught the live stream from yesterday. Thank you, K Rose, and thank you, Alex, for the galaxy. Thank you, Jennifer. I don't know, Shaw, if you caught the live stream yesterday, but I took the audience to Olay and the Mixi Mall here in Shijiazhuang. So yesterday was very fancy, very expensive. Today we're gonna mix it up and go to the streets. Thank you, Erica. Happy Friday. Thank you, Pepper. Happy Friday, everybody. Happy Friday. Let's do some alley hopping. Now, I do have to point out to you guys, man. You guys always say there's no graffiti in China, right? Trina, Cecilia, thank you. You guys have always pointed out there's no graffiti in China. There is no graffiti in China in the large cities and the main center areas. However, when you do come out here to the rural areas, there's not graffiti, but there's advertisement. So people, for example, trying to sell their home or trying to rent their home or trying to sell a service, they do have a little bit of this on the walls. Thank you, Jumo and K Rose. Thank you, Cecilia. They do have some of this. Thank you, Cecilia, for the Tom's hug on the wall. So you guys have to remember, it is a very diverse country. You guys can see here as well. It's not graffiti for the sake of vandalism. It's graffiti for the sake of trying to advertise a special service. You see this a lot more in rural areas here in China. And we are in the rural area of Shijiazhuang, about 30 minutes away from the city center. So let's keep it moving, everybody. Man, look at this. So I'm going to try to explain to you guys what I see here. A lot of job posters, a lot of rental apartments. Let's get up out of here. Let's keep moving. Thank you, Ty. We're going to be here at this village for quite a bit. I always like to try to mix it up. I think I just saw Pugs come in a little bit earlier. Good evening, Pugs. My voice is almost fully back. What up, Pugs? Thank you, Pugs. Thank you, Paris. My voice is almost fully back. Not 100% back, but almost fully back. Thank you, Pugs. Quiet Village Living. We're going to be here for a while. We're going to be here a while. Thank you, Lee. Thank you, LIH. Thank you, Lee. And it's Saturday morning for me, almost 11 o'clock. It's kind of surprising how few people I see on the streets. It's really very few people on the streets. Man, thank you, Linda. It's very, very quiet, I know. Kind of surprising a little bit. Let's keep moving, y'all. I want to go deeper into this village. We're going to do some alley hopping this morning. Thank you, Linda. Yeah, there's a lot of back alleys, but so let me kind of explain what happens in a village like this, okay? Now, when you come out to the rural area of China, the biggest difference is that a lot of folks live in much bigger homes because land is cheaper. They tend to build homes like this. So like, for example, if you see this here, this is somebody's house right here. Thank you, Alex. Thank you so much. This is somebody's house right here. You see this? One individual family, based on my understanding, lives here in this home. A little bit different from a mansion, from a large home back home in the States. You can see the large door here. One family lives here. This is a substantial home here. And you can see they have a little parking garage, just like we have back home in America. One family lives out here. Thank you, Colette. Great to see you, Colette. So for everybody who's just joining the live stream now, we're doing a little bit of alley hopping and city walking in Dongyi Village on the outskirts of Shijiazhuang. The reason why I wanted to do this was because yesterday at this time, we were at the fanciest mall in the entire city. I want to balance it by showing you guys different slices of life rather than always showing you guys, let's say, bougie stuff, fancy stuff. We want to show you guys a little bit of everything that reflects people from different socioeconomic ladders. That's a good way of putting it. That's a nice phrase. Let's keep moving. I'll tell you guys this. One of the biggest things when you walk around here. Thank you, Paris. I did get a haircut, everybody. I got a haircut yesterday. My hair is a little bit pressed by the hat, but I got a haircut yesterday, and it worked out pretty well. All right, great to see everybody. Let's keep walking around. Please share this live stream. Please follow the channel. Share this live stream. Yeah, exactly. I want to show you guys diversity when it comes to life out here. He said, man, thank you. Thank you, man. Thank you. My biggest fear, thank you, Jasmine and Tar Heel Bay. My biggest fear is always getting a bad haircut when I'm on the road. This is probably why I let my hair grow out when I'm on the road, because my typical barber is in Shenzhen. But I haven't been back in like 40-some days, so I had to get a haircut on the road. I usually get a haircut once every 3 weeks. Now, let's keep walking around. See, man, this place really has some age to it. You know, I can't say that this place reminds me of my childhood because this is the rural area. Thank you, J-Man and Anonymous. Thank you. Actually, I can't really say that this place reminds me of my childhood because I didn't grow up in a rural area. But it's something I've always said to you guys, man. It's when you come out to places like this, it feels like time has stood still. You know, relatively unchanged in terms of how it looks in the last 20 years. Man. Dongyi Village. Thank you, Stan. Let's keep moving. Everybody, please, let's keep the chats flowing. Please keep the chat, and it works. And please keep the chats flowing. Let me know where you guys are watching from. Let's keep the chats flowing. Please follow the channel and share this live stream like Shaw is doing. All right, you see this bullshit right here, man. Look at this. Man. Same problem we had when we were in Shanxi province. I can't even get across here. You see this right here, man. Thank you, Amber. Thank you, Rainy. Man. Let me figure out a way to get across this. Hold up, man. I gotta figure out a way to do this. We're gonna keep it moving. Thank you, Cynthia. Thank you, Stacy. I know I should have hopped on that truck. You're right. There we go. All right, we made it. All right. You know, I'll tell you this, man. You're walking around in northern China and you come out to pretty rural areas. And this is my first time in Hebei province. When you're just walking around, it kind of really underscores a few things. First thing is, thank you for the heart, me. First thing is just, you guys are walking around. I don't know how should I explain this. It's like when you're walking around here, how could I put this in a more eloquent way? It's like when you're walking around here, which obviously no tourist is going to show up in. Thank you, Wendy. There's no tourists that are going to be here. So as an American walking around, it's like let me think of a way to put this into words, because this kind of attracted my attention as I'm just walking around. I feel a lot better now, and I'm just walking around in, this is not the ghetto, this is just a village called Dongyi Village. We're trying to mix it up a little bit here in the city of Shijiazhuang by showing you guys some real streets, the real streets of China, instead of always going to like a high-end mall or like a high-end grocery store like we did yesterday. Try to diversify the show a little bit and show you guys what the streets of another country is like from the perspective of a Chinese American. Thank you, Phyllis. It's almost as if I think a lot of you guys understand that the economic development of China is a little bit more advanced in the southern areas, and the north, many parts of the northern China is falling behind. I think this is probably a little bit different from, I don't want to make a comparison with the United States, because I was going to say back home in the USA, the North has quite a few developed areas like New York City, Chicago, Seattle, up north, right? But in the southern area, we also have Texas, we have North Carolina, we got Florida, we got California. So it's pretty evenly balanced. But I think one of the biggest takeaways for me as I'm walking, as I've been in northern China for the last 2.5 weeks, is genuinely I can sense on the ground that some of the places I've been to in southern China is a lot more advanced, even when it comes to the rural areas. Allow me to explain what I mean by that. It's like when you're in southern China, as I've been to, there's a lot of rural areas and everywhere in China. But when you're in southern China, around Guangdong, around Fujian, when you go to a lot of their villages, and we will visit southern villages as well, it just feels a little bit more, the word I want to use, it feels a little bit entrepreneurial. Thank you, N. What do I mean by entrepreneurial? I mean like when you're walking around a southern village, let's say somewhere in Guangdong or Fujian, you'll see like a local farmer set up like a duck farm or a chicken farm. And they'll kind of capitalize on their natural advantages of water and good air quality. And they'll raise chicken, they'll raise livestock. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's a lot, it just feels, I don't know how to explain it. It just feels a little bit more entrepreneurial. It feels a little bit more advanced. And when I was in Shanxi province, I think I kind of showed you guys some of the village areas in Shanxi. you know, they're trying, you know, I like how as soon as I say that, by the way, I get a slap in my own face. You see these chickens right here, you know, and this is how you know you're really in rural China, man. They got a chicken coop right in the middle of the street. You know, it's like, I don't know if that makes sense to you guys. It's like, just to put it very bluntly, I have never seen this before anywhere in China. Like what you're seeing on the camera right now. You know what I mean? Like, other than this particular area, I've never really seen this before. Maybe in my live stream, you'll see some here or there, but this is different. You know what I'm saying? This is different. You know what I mean? So the reason I'm not being very eloquent at the moment is I'm trying to process all this as I'm walking around and just kind of take it all in. So we're gonna keep walking around this village, man. I hope I don't get clipped by a little scooter. But this is a very large village. I would imagine there's at least 40,000 people that live here, if not more. 11 million people live in the city of Shijiazhuang. So I would imagine at least 50,000 people live here in this village. We're actually still in the city of Shijiazhuang. You know what I mean? We're still in the city of Shijiazhuang. Thank you, Crystal. So let's keep walking. Let's keep walking a little bit towards the center of town. Thank you, Crystal. We're in Dongyi Village here in the city of Shijiazhuang. You guys can see, I'm trying to process all this. Thank you, Sarita. Thank you, Crystal. Quiet. Very quiet. Thank you, Crystal. Thank you, Tweet Talk. Just keep walking around. Man, this is... I have a hard time believing it was only a 30-minute car ride from the downtown to get here. This is very different. Very, very different. Man, thank you, Phyllis. Thank you, Birdie. I want to tell you this, though. It's quiet. It's giving me a lot of time to think as I'm walking around. It's very quiet out here. So I was reading. Thank you, Eileen. Thank you, Snoozy. I gotta look at some more of y'all's comments. So, thank you, Eileen. Thank you, Steve. All right, you know what? Since my ass is already here, let me give you guys some more statistics that I was reading up on before I came to Shijiazhuang City 2 nights ago. So based on official government numbers that I was reading, the average per capita income for the city of Shijiazhuang is about 47 to 48,000 yuan a year. So that comes out to roughly about 4,000 yuan a month for city dwellers. As I mentioned before, thank you, Daniel Kleckler. Thank you, Gary. Thank you, Stacy. Comes out to about $550 a month. Now, when you come out here to the rural areas of the city, and this is how the 11 million number comes about. Thank you, Denise and Stacy. Thank you, guys. This is how the 11 million number comes about. The 11 million people number includes all the surrounding counties. So it's not just the main city area that has 11 million people. It's all the neighboring counties added together that has 11 million people. When you come out to the more rural areas, the income is far lower. It's more like $200-300 a month for the folks that are living here in these rural areas. See, this is being my first time here. I'm really just exploring. I think you guys can see. Thank you, Zendor. I think you guys can see, man. I'm just walking around. I really have no idea where I'm going. Looks to be an abandoned home here. keep walking. Oh, wow. Look at that. You see what I told you when I said this is very, very industrial. You can see two large plants over there. That's probably a coal-fired plant. I don't know if Shaw is still watching this, but I wonder what Shaw thinks of this, because we do have a lot of Chinese viewers who watch this. It's like I said, yesterday we went to a very fancy place. We went to a fancy mall, a fancy grocery store. Right, I think Jason just mentioned it. You know, we went to a very fancy mall, a very fancy shop where everything was extremely expensive. And today we change it up a little bit and kind of show you a slice of the regular life in a rural part of Shijiazhuang during a little city walk in the morning. So let's keep walking, y'all. Let's just keep walking around. I'm gonna try to add as much commentary as I can, but I'm soaking all this in as well. How much is the rent here? Rent here is probably $100 a month, $80, $70 a month. I mean, rent here is probably $50 a month to get a single studio. Maybe $50 to $60 a month will get you a place to stay, a very basic place to stay here. Yeah, $50 to $60 a month. But you're about 30 minutes from downtown, so you would have to drive. I don't know if the subway comes all the way out here. There's a bus that comes out here. Let's keep walking. You know, it's like you could just tell, like, places like this have been around for like the last 20, 15 years. You know, this is what I mean when I tell you guys, like, it just feels like time has stood still. You know, it feels like time has stood still. You know what I mean? Like, you guys ever drive through an American town? Like, especially if you're from a bigger city, do you guys ever drive through an American town where all the homes look like they're from the 70s or the 60s? They're still very well kept, but they just have a very vintage feeling. Do you guys ever do that when you're driving back home in the States? Thank you, Dre. When you're driving back home in the United States, you're just driving around, and then you see a town that doesn't have a lot of people, and you look at all their buildings, you look at their church, you look at all their buildings, and you're like, man, it feels like I'm back in the 80s or back in the 90s. Thank you, Denise. Thank you, Dre. This is exactly how I feel right now as I'm walking around here. You know what I mean? This is exactly how I feel. And it just feels like time has stood still here. You know, especially when I saw those couple of things over there. Exactly. Remember, like a little trip back down memory lane. And I'm sure there's a lot of Chinese people who are watching this. Thank you, Wan. Thank you, Lena. Because sometimes, you know, as a Chinese American myself, I think sometimes, you know, they get a little bit sensitive because they want me to do a show every single day where I show you guys, you know, fancy Olay stores, fancy malls. You know what I mean? Like, I've said this before in a live stream. I'll say it again. Like, there's a lot of Chinese people who wish, and this is why maybe some of them have an opinion towards the channel, because maybe my show is too real for the Americans. They want me to show the nice airports, the nice subways, the nice everything. But I think it's much better if we go on the ground and show you guys just how regular folks are living in different corners. We do that as well. We show you guys nice stores, nice malls as well. But to keep the channel diversified, we also go to a lot of, you know, on the ground. Thank you, 90. You know, we also do a lot of this. So this is why I always tell the folks, thank you, Anis. That's why I always, you know, for all the Chinese viewers who are watching, I always tell them, like, if you are over the age of, like, I always tell them, it's like, if you're over the age of 30, like I am, okay, if you're over the age of 30, you should be very familiar with this. You should be very familiar with this. There's nothing to be ashamed of. It's just life on the ground. People just living their life. There's nothing to be ashamed of, because they have things like this back home in America as well. Smaller towns, rural areas. And when I go back to America to stream, and those are the types of places I want to go hit up as well. You know, I don't want to do New York City. You know, Zen Chef Mo is doing a great job of doing New York City. I want to go to the smaller towns. I want to go to the rural areas when I'm streaming in America as well. So there's nothing to be ashamed of here. It's just regular life. Let's keep it moving. What is up? Keep moving. Look at how they pick out the food over here. Let's see what kind of food they got over here. See what kind of food they have here. You know I always like some food, yo. Let's see what kind of food they have over there. Man. A lot of marinated food. Many times of marinated food. Let's get up out of here. Hey man, for you guys who are familiar, that's a coal plant, right? I think what we're looking at is a coal plant. Never seen one up close and personal like this before. That's got to be a coal plant, right? Let's keep moving. Let's keep moving. Yeah, please follow the channel. Thank you, Mooney, and share this live stream. Hit that share button. Why do I think it's a coal plant? Well, because if this was a nuclear plant, I would think that it's a little bit too close to a local village. I think these got to be coal plants. I don't know anything about power plants. I'm just walking down the street here in this village. Yes, please share this live stream. We're walking around in Dongyi Village here in the city of Shijiazhuang, just chilling. My voice is slowly coming back. I feel a lot better today. Less of a cough, less of a sneeze. I'm negative for COVID. Just walking around, showing you guys the life out here. Thank you, N. Yeah, look, it was my initial impression as well. I thought these would be nuclear plants, but I've never been up so close and personal before to a power plant. So let's keep moving. Thank you, Kalpana. Man, this place is quiet, man. It's quiet. No, Natasha. Thank you, Natasha. Thank you, Kalpana. Do you think I'm in Springfield, Illinois right now, man? Come on, man. Take a look. Thank you, Guga. Thank you, Kalpana. Thank you, Kalpana. Keep moving. See, I'm telling you guys, it's coal plants. It's not nuclear. These are coal plants. They would never put a nuclear plant so close to a population center like this. They got to be coal plants. All right, let's keep moving. Let's make a left. Let's continue to walk towards the center of this village here. Please share this live stream. Please follow the channel. And people always ask me, is it safe out here? I'm an American walking by myself with a camera in my hand, speaking English. Thank you, Miss Taurus. Nobody ever bothers me. I'm just walking around, minding my own business, just walking down the street like everybody else. Super safe. I could come out here at night and still give you guys a great show because cameras everywhere. People don't really commit crimes. I'm free to go wherever I want to. Someone also mentioned yesterday in one of my live streams, I thought that was a very interesting comment. He says, do you need to get a permit? Well, actually, the question was, don't you need to get a permit to go to different cities? The answer is no. Once you guys get a Chinese visa to come and visit China, whether it's for a year or for a week, whatever it is, you can go to any part of China with the exception of Tibet, China, where you have to get a travel permit. You have to get a travel permit to go to Tibet, China. Everywhere else, you are free to go. You can go to Shanghai, you can go to Beijing, you can come here to where I am, visiting right now to the city of Shijiazhuang. You can go anywhere. You can go anywhere you want. There's no limitations, there's no restrictions. You can go to Xinjiang, China. You can go anywhere you want, walk around, be a tourist, see the country for yourself. So the only place you need special permission is Tibet, China. You got to get a travel permit. See what they're selling over here, man. Keep walking around. Thank you, N. And we're in Dongyi Village. Just walking around. Thank you, Annis. Everybody for moderating with PF Wisco. Let's keep moving. I'm gonna walk down here real quick. You know, I don't know about safer than America, but I will say this. You know, to all the Americans who are watching this, I've been actually thinking a little bit about why. I've been thinking a little bit about why I've been able to do this show and do it well for the last few months. 6 months now. It's coming up on 6 months. I'm going to tell this to all the Americans who are watching back home. And I hope you guys don't get too offended when I say this, because you guys always know I speak my mind, and I speak my mind, and I tell it the way it is. Thank you, Francis. I think the biggest thing that I realized about living here in China that I didn't realize in the first 5 years of living here, only in the last 6 months, was my biggest thing is I feel like Chinese people in general, thank you, Nanny. I feel like Chinese people in general are a lot more laid back. Like they're a lot more chill in many, many ways. It's like you guys have seen a lot of videos back home in America about people getting into confrontations with, let's say, being photographed, being filmed, or being streamed or whatever, even if they're in a public place. Or when you walk into a restaurant, the manager will tell you, you can't film here, blah, blah, blah. I just feel like the people here in this country, they're a lot more chill. They're a lot more laid back. They just like, I feel like they mind their own business a lot more. And it's kind of crazy to say that, right? But as someone who streamed here for 6 months, thank you, Alicia, every single day. Thank you, Alicia, for extending your subscription. Thank you, Noah. As someone who's been here for 6 months streaming daily, okay? Like, I wouldn't say it's friendlier. I take that, don't construe it as saying it's friendlier. It's definitely not friendlier. America is still the friendliest country I've ever been to in my life. That's why I love America, and I'm proud of being American. But I just feel like the people here are a lot more chill. You know what I'm saying? They're a lot more like, they mind their own business. They're not as aggressive. You know what I mean? It's like, for example, yesterday when I was at Olay, the first time I went to Olay, they told me no filming, so I left. But when I went yesterday, all the employees were there. They didn't really care. They didn't really mind. You know, so it's like, I don't know, man. Because I walk around here, so I don't want the Americans to feel bad when I say this. But that's why, like, I love streaming in parts of Asia. It's just, I feel like a lot of people are just a lot, like, there's just less of a, I don't know how to describe it, man. I haven't been looking at the comments. Thank you, nevertheless. I don't know if you guys agree, man. But based on what you've seen in the last 6 months, maybe, hopefully, some of you guys will agree. Just walking around. Let's see what we got over here. Hey, ni hao, ni hao, ni hao. Oh, man. All kinds of good fruits over here. Man, let's get up out of here. Let's keep moving. Still got a little bit of a cough. Yeah, I mean, you guys know I always call a spade a spade. I always tell it to you guys from the perspective of an American who's living here. You know, and this is why a lot of people ask me, when do you come back to America? When do you come back to America? You know, the answer is I don't really know. I will be back permanently one day for sure. I'll come back and visit in Christmas. But it's just like, I just feel like if I was in like a small town in North Carolina, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you guys, man. I feel like if I was in a small town in North Carolina right now, doing what I'm doing, which is holding a phone in my hand and just walking down the street, I have a feeling, thank you, Liz Larson, I have a feeling that the local cops will pull up and ask me what I'm doing. Like, they won't give me any problems. They won't arrest me. They won't bother me. But I feel like someone will call the cops and then they will pull up on me and then ask me, what am I doing in their small town? You know what I mean? It's like, you know, and I respect police. You know what I'm saying? It's just, that's why, you guys, I really want the Americans back home to appreciate this about China. It's just how open this country has become in the last 50 years. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm an American speaking English, walking down the street, holding my phone. Nobody ever bothers me. No cops ever bothers me. No police, no security. Nobody ever messes with me. Thank you, Roti. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, that is something that I've really come to think about these last few months of streaming. It's just like people here are just super chill and laid back. You know what I'm saying? Like, so like, I'm serious, man. If I was in Hillsborough, North Carolina right now, and I'm walking down the street literally the way I am, just walking down the street, which is public streets. Thank you, KK. Thank you, Phyllis. Thank you, Noah. And I'm showing you guys different homes, different slices of life out here in North Carolina. And I am a North Carolinian. I really do feel like I would have an interaction with the local sheriff department or the local cops where they'll ask me what I'm doing and I'll explain to them I'm just a streamer. I feel like there'll be some type of an interaction. Whereas here in China, you guys see the 6 months, nobody ever bothers me. So that's what I love about this country, man. It's like, it's a very, so this is why, like, I think a lot of the Chinese people who are watching, you know, they see me take people everywhere in China. They maybe don't understand what the message is being conveyed. They have to understand, just by standing out here, thank you, Carla, just conveyed. They have to understand, just by standing out here, thank you, Carla, just by standing out here, thank you, Sierra and Carla, and showing the Americans this town is a statement in and of itself. You know what I'm saying? That's a statement in and of itself. Not being harassed by anybody, not being yelled at anybody, that's a statement in and of itself. So I hope this is something that the Chinese people who are watching would understand, you know, as they, you know what I'm saying. You guys know what I'm saying. Let's keep moving around. What they got over here? It's almost Mid-Autumn Festival. We got a lot of mooncakes out here. Yeah, exactly, man. Exactly. A lot of my North Carolinians would agree. I would be frank with you guys, man. If I was back home in North Carolina and I was in my dad's town and I saw somebody walking around just randomly filming, I'd be curious what's going on too. You know, that's what I mean. So let's keep walking around. This is what I would consider, I guess, to be the center of the village. This should be the center of the village now. Thank you, Big O. Appreciate you, man. Thank you, Big O. Great to have you back here. Big O, I don't know how long you've been watching. Thank you, Scott. I don't know how long you've been watching. But I was just explaining to people, like, I just find it amazing how open this country is. You know, what up, man? What up? What up, everybody? Man, we got to instigate, y'all. They be yelling out here. We got to instigate. Thank you, Pugs. Great to see you, Pugs. Again. You guys can see I sound a lot better. Less of a cough. I'm getting over this thing, whatever this is. Keep walking around. Same back to you, Pugs. Thank you, Jade. Thank you, Matilda. Please follow the channel. Please share this live stream. We're here at Dongyi Village, here in the city of Shijiazhuang. You guys could actually see out in the distance of this village. You guys could actually see very tall buildings. So they are starting to build up this village here. My guess is that this place will be around for at least another 10 or 20 years. Maybe sometime in the future, man, this is all going to get turned into condominiums as well. Thank you, Daniela and Danny. Thank you, thank you, thank you. She was yelling at her kid. Love this. Beautiful, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's keep moving. I did not find the cornbread on. I mean, I found a variation of the cornbread, but it wasn't authentic. It wasn't like what my father had. Thank you, LBJ. Thank you, Miss Taurus. Yeah, let's keep moving. This is called a 百货超市, which means a 100-item shop. You only find this in the rural areas here in China, man. You still see things like this. I'm telling you, it's as if time has stood still. Really, as if time has stood still as I'm out here. 20 years ago, this shop would have looked like this. Today, it still looks like this. It's amazing. Thank you, Prickly. Thank you. Thank you, Yang Jinglong. Thank you. We'll go inside. It's just a store, man. It's just a little store. Thank you, Dylan. Just a store. We're going to keep walking around. The owner came out all menacing and shit. We're just going to keep walking around. Please share this live stream, everybody. Please share this live stream. There's a little hospital right here. So this is a hospital here, a small hospital, more like a clinic. We got a little clinic over here. Thank you, Nessie. And you know what I really love about this place? The one thing I haven't seen a lot of here is I haven't seen a lot of hotels or motels, which leads me to believe that this is actually a place that the locals are living in. There's very few people from outside the village who stay here for the night. So there's not really a market for a place to stay. So whereas you guys remember when we were in Shanxi province and we were walking through a city village like this, there was a lot of hotels and motels everywhere. $10 a night, $15 a night, $12, $11, $8 a night. Here, I don't see any. There's no hotels, there's no motels whatsoever. So this is really as authentic as it gets when it comes to a living area of just local villagers out here. Beautiful. Man. Yeah, no, this is, you guys got to follow the channel and watch because I take you guys everywhere. I take you to the Great Wall. You know, we obviously go to places like Disneyland, we go to the Forbidden City, we'll walk around in the big cities. And also we come out to rural areas like this to give you a slice of life of rural China. So we kind of go everywhere. So please follow the channel, man. I stream every single day and I try to bring it from the perspective of a North Carolinian, someone who grew up in Chicago and North Carolina, and try to explain it in a way that Americans back home can understand. Thank you, Ming Kong. Oh, and Dylan, if you're still watching, later tonight, we're going to one of the largest food markets, night markets in the city. It is huge. Thank you, iSerpentia. Thank you, Ming Kong. So, Dylan, if you're still watching tonight, I'm going to take all the audience, actually, to the largest food market here in the city of Shijiazhuang. It's going to be a big night market. Thank you, Victoria. So that's going to be Saturday morning when you guys wake up. Let's see this. Keep moving. What is the Forbidden City? The Forbidden City is in Beijing. It's where the emperor used to live. The time right now is 11:40 a.m. in the morning, almost noon. I've been streaming for close to an hour. You know what? Let's make a right. Let's actually make a right turn. We're gonna get closer to the center of the village. Thank you, KK Zhang. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Keep walking around. Please share this live stream. Please follow the channel. We're here in the city of Shijiazhuang. Tonight's gonna be my last night here. And we're gonna keep it moving tomorrow to a brand new town, brand new city. Man, this is different. I'm telling you guys, man, this is different. This place is different. This place hits different, man. Let's keep moving. Let's keep moving. What up, L? Yeah, let's get to 200,000 likes, everybody. Please continue to tap on your screen. We're walking around here in rural China at a village called Dongyi Village here in the city of Shijiazhuang. I haven't decided yet. I'm still working it out with my business partner. So we haven't fully decided yet. And thank you, Gina. Please share this live stream. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to take you guys to a local food market. It's got to be a large food market where the people here are shopping. Oh, let me show you guys this. This is a noodle restaurant right here from the neighboring province, Shanxi. Okay, you see this noodle restaurant right here? Usually they should have the prices published. They do. Look at that. Everything's like $1, $1.20, $1.30. All the fried dishes are like $2. All the meat dishes are like $4, $3 for a meat dish. But all the noodles are like $1, $1.20. Thank you, Fiverr. Thank you. 看看价格. Let's keep moving. Excuse me. All right, let's keep moving. Let's keep moving. excuse me. 接过一下 excuse me. Let's keep moving. Excuse me. Let's keep moving. Let's keep it moving. Yeah, everything's like $1 and $1.20 for a bowl of noodles. Inexpensive. I don't know, man. I was like trying to think of some things to say to you guys as I walk down the street here. It's like I'm trying to think of something to say in a nice and politically correct way. You know, it's like I hope you guys are seeing through my lens. Thank you, Peaches. That as much as this country is hyped up and demonized in the media, okay, back home in the States, when I walk around places like this, thank you, Sharon, I can't help but think just how similar it is in many ways compared with the back home in the United States. This is like, I'm telling you, I feel like I'm walking through the Appalachians, you know, somewhere in West Virginia, somewhere in Kentucky, a rural town somewhere, even in North Carolina somewhere. You know what I mean? It's like when I look at the news every single day, it's so menacing. It's such a threat. It's always so menacing. You know, when I'm walking around here, I never get that feeling. I just feel like it's just like walking back home in America. It's as if I'm just walking around a rural area back home in America with better cell phone signal so I can stream. You know? I'm gonna make a right turn ahead of me. I'm gonna keep walking, keep yapping. Let's keep walking around. Those are coal plants. Those are coal generating plants. They generate power. Man. Hey, 你好，看一下。Man. You know what I mean, Shaw? You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know if I could quite eloquently, like, convey this. It's just like, I don't know, but sometimes you wish it was like a Harry Potter scene where I could use a wand and just draw out all my thoughts and download it to you guys. It's like when I'm walking around here, it just feel like, it just feel like there's nothing to be afraid of. It's basically what I mean. Let's keep moving. Change the subject. Let's move on. Yeah, food is good. We're gonna make a right turn. Keep walking around here. I feel at peace, but also I feel like, I don't know, man. You know, it's a lot of thoughts, man. Let's keep walking. Let me find some more inspiration through walking. Put some more steps in. Make a right turn over here. Thank you to Kings. Oh, Scott is watching. Scott is watching. I guess, okay. So Scott just sent me a text. I put it this way, man. This is the way I was going. Thank you, Scott, for that text. It's like, it's like, how do I explain this, man? It's like, you know what? All I'm going to say, instead of being tongue twisted anymore, what I'm going to say is just watch this TikTok live. I know it sounds like self-promotion. Just keep watching and draw your own conclusions, because I'm going to take you everywhere in China. We're going to go everywhere. You can see it with your own eyes. You can form your own conclusions about the country. let's just keep moving here, man. It's just a lot of thoughts going through my head as I'm walking around here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I think the one thing, let me say that. Thank you to Kings. The one thing is like how do I say this, man? I am thank you, True Blue. I am tongue-tied. I'm tongue-twisted a little bit, which doesn't happen to me a lot when I'm streaming. But let's keep walking around, man. I'm a little bit tongue twisted right now. Let's keep moving. Share this live stream. Follow the channel. I'll tell you this: not every day is the Great Wall of China. Thank you, Stan, for extending your subscription and supporting the channel. Can't do this without you guys, man. Without all the help and support from you guys, I can't do this. Thank you. You see everybody sharing this live stream. Please share this live stream, everybody. Super important when you guys like and share this live stream. Thank you, Jacqueline. All right, it looks like now we're exiting the center of town. So we're no longer in the center of town. We're now coming to the edges again. Now we're really back to the alley hopping. Thank you, Retta, man. I appreciate that comment. Thank you. Thank you. Look, I'm telling you, man. This looks just like the 90s. Look at this. Don't this look just like a store from the 90s? All the Chinese people who are watching. Thank you, Noah. This looks just like the 90s. 10元一件, it says everything $1.40. That's literally what this loudspeaker is saying. Everything $1.40. $1.40, $1.40, $1.40. 10元, everything $1.40. Yeah, this is 石家庄 Dongyi Village. Wow. Look. Look. Everything on this rack $1.40. $1.40. $2.60. $1.40. Everything $1.40. Man, thank you, Phyllis. Thank you. I think, now that I've had like a couple minutes to think to myself, let me put it this way as we're walking around everywhere here in China, as we're walking around this village. The media will have you believe that this country is not our friend, that this country is a peer competitor, whatever. Okay, whatever. That's what the media will tell you. When you walk around here, to put it bluntly, you can fully understand that this is still a developing country. Okay? So back home in the United States, we are trying to say that this is already a developed country. Beijing insists that it's still a developing country. When you were watching the live stream yesterday at Olay, you would probably feel like Washington is right. If you're walking around here today, you would feel like Beijing is right. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that is my biggest conclusion. It's like, so I'm walking around here, I'm trying to be political. I'm trying to be like gentle when I say this. But it's like when you come out to places like this is when you kind of realize this is still a developing country with a lot of room for growth, with a lot of room for just growth. Yeah, infrastructure, income. They still have so much potential out here. This is why it's still a developing country. When you walk around places like this, and then when you walk around in Shanghai, in Lujiazui, in downtown Shanghai, you feel like you're in a cleaner version of New York City, and you feel like it's the most developed country in the world. But this is the reason why I come out here and do this. Thank you, user, is the fact that you can see there's places like this everywhere in China. It is still a developing country. There's still a lot of folks who live out here. So, the truth is probably somewhere in the middle, but keep walking around. No need to thank me. I'm just being extra reflective. I'm being extra geeky, being extra reflective today, walking down the streets of this village. What's up, Guac Maniac? We got Pug Mania. We got now a Guac. We now have a Guam Maniac. Thank you, Amuj. Thank you. Hey, Scott, you're exactly right. You're exactly right, Scott. Thank you, Alicia. Yeah, let's keep walking around. Thank you, Matilda. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Nessie. Thank you. Please share the live stream like Shaw is doing. Let's keep walking around. That was a tractor, absolutely. We're just walking around in Dongyi Village here in the city of Shijiazhuang. We're just walking around. That's all we're doing on this Friday night in USA time, Saturday around noon here in China, to give you guys a slice of something different, a little bit of rural life. So thank you, Tanster. Please follow the channel and share this live stream. I stream every single day from China. Please make sure y'all follow the channel and share this. This way. As I get a little water break over here, man. Thank you, Charlie. What do you guys think of in this last? Thank you, Charlie. What do you guys think of in this last hour? Those of you that have been watching for the last hour. What do you guys think of this place? What do you guys think? I'm gonna get some water while you guys let me know in the comments. Man, thank you, poker player. The West Side. Simple living. Simple life. And Woman Rose that says, thinking about how this is making me feel. I'll tell you how this makes me feel as I'm walking down here. And I want all the Americans to listen to this one, please. In life, you get dealt a hand of cards, okay? You get dealt a hand. Some people are born in the United States. Some people are born in Latin America. Some people are born in Asia. Some people are born everywhere. People are born everywhere in the world. You get dealt a hand of cards, okay? And this is what I've been thinking about as I've been walking through here, is how my life would have been different if I was dealt a different set of cards. Let's say if I was born in a small county, in a rural area, as opposed to a tier 3 city in China. If I was born to the same set of parents, what if I was born to a different set of parents? What if I had only one parent? how would have my life been turned out differently? If I was exactly the same, with the exact same amount of IQ, which is not a lot, but with the exact same amount of IQ, with the exact same amount of talent, with the exact same amount of abilities, how would have my life turned out to be? That's what I think about a lot when I walk around these cities. When I walk around these rural towns. When I'm walking in a big, nice, fancy part of town, what I think about is, wow, I need to work harder so I can afford to live here one day. When I'm walking around here, what I usually think about is, how would have my life turned out differently if I was born, let's say, here? Because I am Chinese American, right? Like, I was born in China. So I never imagined, let's say, if I was born in Venezuela, or if I was born in Argentina, or if I was born in Spain. I don't think about that. But what I do think about as someone who was born in China before immigrating to the United States is I do ask myself, what would have my life turned out to be if I was born in a rural area like this? How would have my life turned out to be? You know? So that's what I think about. That's what I think about when I'm walking down here. And I'm gonna tell you guys this, as we're walking down here, I'm gonna tell you guys some knowledge, some information, okay? Where this is probably going to be an eye-opener for a lot of folks who are watching. I'm not sure if this number is accurate. Shaw can keep me honest, man. But from what I understand, I was reading Chinese social media the other day. So I was just laying in my bed, just looking at social media. So apparently, like 10 to 11 million kids this year took the college entrance exam. The number was like 10 and a half or 11 million kids took the college entrance exam this year. That happened last month, actually 2 months ago. They took the college entrance exam. The scores are out. People are finding out. Thank you, Snoozy, for the hanging lights. You know, and some people have already gotten accepted to colleges. From what I understand, thank you, Mame, 5 million of those kids are going to do their last year of high school all over again to do the college entrance exam next year. So think about that number. 10 and a half, 11 million kids took the college entrance exam to go to college. From what I understand, almost half, 5 million, will study again to take the exam again next year. That's as if you're saying like 10 million people took the SAT, they weren't happy with their grades, and now they're going to go take it again. They're going to take a year off. They're going to take a gap year where they're just going to study and take the SAT again. I find that to be an extremely staggering number, man, because there's already a lot of kids out here who are taking college entrance exams, and you have the people that are doing it again from this year. It just shows you how competitive it is out here, you know, in this society. You know, that's what I think about as I'm walking around here, is as if it was like, you know, if I was born here and I had to rely on my own abilities, if my parents couldn't give me a hand up, couldn't give me an edge, so to speak, on my life by having immigrated overseas to the United States, would I have been able to get into a good college? What will my life look like? Those are the things I think about as I'm walking around here. Thank you, lady. Like, sincerely, those are the things that I think about as I'm just walking around these alleys. All right, let's keep walking though. Let's keep it moving. Very, very intense indeed, Nick. Oh, Nick is watching. I didn't even know Nick was watching. Thank you, James Stalker. Let's keep it moving. Thank you, James. I would have liked to think so. I would have liked to think that I would have done well as well. But this is why I tell all the Americans who are watching back home. You know, every time we want to bitch and complain, you should watch the show a little bit more, because life out here is a lot more competitive. A lot more competitive out here. Far more competition for resources. Now we're getting to the quiet part of town. See, Scott just texted me asking me, how does my college degree help me today? I'm going to answer that question. Thank you, Chelly, for extending your subscription. Man, let me tell you guys this. I wouldn't be able to do this show effectively if I didn't have my degrees. Not because those degrees taught me anything in school. I hardly remember a single lesson from college or MBA. Hardly. What those degrees did was they opened doors for me to go to different places, different jobs, different parts of the world, and it gave me a perspective on life That's why I'm able to do these shows effectively and people like to tune in. So those degrees were door openers. It's not what I learned in math class. It's not what I learned in chemistry class, man. I don't remember anything from those classes. The doors that they opened for me earlier in my life that allows me to come out here and do these shows and give you guys perspective. Thank you, Hoku. It's a life experience. All right, but enough about that. Let's keep moving. Let's keep it moving. I don't know where the hell I'm exactly moving it to. Thank you, Jacqueline. I think I should probably do a lunch stream, like a little mukbang or something, because I finished walking around this village. I don't even know where the hell I'm moving it to. Maybe I should get lunch. Thank you, Snoozy. Thank you, L. Pugs, I don't even know where the hell I'm moving it to. I ain't got no destination in mind. Maybe I should just find a local restaurant out here in this village and have a mukbang here. Thank you, Snuff Dipper. Damn, I can't. Pugs, you been watching this whole time? Pugs, you've been watching this whole time and you listening to a madman talk. You've been listening, man. I ain't got no debt, Scott. I went to the University of North Carolina. Thank you, Kat. Thank you, Nick. I went to the University of North Carolina where my whole 4-year education only cost $55,000 for 4 years. There is no debt. I didn't go to Duke. I didn't go to a private school. I went to the University of North Carolina, known as one of the best value schools in the entire country. You know what I mean? So exactly. You see, not bad shorty. I'm a Tar Heel. There's no debt, man. My whole college 4 years was like $55,000. Carolina's cheap. So thank you, Carol. That's why I love UNC. And when I went to my MBA, when I got my MBA from UNC, I had a scholarship. Most people don't get scholarships for their MBA programs. I did. I had a $60,000 scholarship that went towards my tuition because my GMAT score was the highest in the entire school. So I got a 770 on my GMAT on the first try. That was the highest score in the entire school. One of the highest scores in the entire state of North Carolina, actually. And the school gave me a $60,000 scholarship to go get my MBA. So this is why I was also able to graduate from my MBA debt-free. So this is why you guys are now starting to understand. Thank you, Big O. Thank you, Keto. You guys are now starting to understand why I love UNC so much. UNC changed my life. Carolina changed my life. That's why I love UNC so much. It's not because the basketball program is good. It's not because I love the women's soccer team. It's because they changed my life. Thank you, Snuff Dipper. Thank you. So anyway, but I don't like to talk about those things, man. But Scott brought it up, man. I don't like to talk about these things. He's texting me right now. I don't want to act like I'm showing off or anything. I don't want to talk about that because I'm out here. I'm a part of the y'all just walking around the streets. Obviously, I'm not working in corporate America anymore, but I know how the game works. Thank you, Gina. I know how the game works. You know what I'm saying? You put me next to somebody from Wall Street, from Morgan Stanley, from Goldman Sachs, I could have a 2-hour conversation with her, with him, about what they do for a living, and I'll be able to keep up. It's just about having access to those things. It gives me a lot of life perspective, so to speak. You know what I mean? So let's keep it moving. What did I study? I studied economics, and I studied females in college. That's what I studied. Females. Thank you, Snoozy. Thank you, Joe J. Thank you. I'll tell you this, though. Let me keep walking around. The village is getting a lot quieter now. It's a little quiet-ass village. Arashi, thank you. I'm telling you, I got a long way to go in my degree. I got a long way to go in my degree, man. It's a lifelong pursuit of academics. It's a lifelong pursuit. I'm just at the very bottom of the hill. I'm still climbing up. Please follow the channel and share this live stream. I got so many stories from Carolina, man. And and this is the craziest thing about me is, as I've been doing this streaming for the last 6 months. Peter Chung, thank you. There's some things that I'm gonna tell you guys, okay? Since we're walking around this village, I gotta keep you guys entertained somehow. So I'm gonna tell you guys some of these stories that's happened in the last 6 months. And Shaw is Chinese. He lives in China. I want the Chinese viewers to kind of listen to this And I want the American viewers especially to listen to this, because these are the two groups of people, especially the Americans that I stream for. Well, thank you, Plant. So Plant Groove is also watching. One of the things that have really touched me, and really, and don't be getting no ideas about touching, okay? But one of the things that really touched me and changed my perspective on a lot of things these last few months is, as I've said many, many times, very randomly, and this is the other thing I kind of wonder, is like, if you are a streamer in China, let's say you're a streamer in China, okay? And you're doing what I do. Thank you, Ni Hao Ma. Thank you, Love My Fury Pet. It's like, imagine if you're a streamer in China. Let's say you're a Chinese, okay? You're a Chinese streamer, and you're streaming on Chinese TikTok called Douyin, okay? And there's a lot of people who watch you, even more people that watch me, because Chinese Douyin is a lot bigger, with a bigger audience base. Thank you, Plant Group. Thank you, Lil Mama. What I wonder is, do the people in China, the Chinese audience members, show the same amount of love to, like, let's say a streamer that they see on their phone as the Americans back home have shown me? Because I don't have an answer to that, because I don't stream in China. I don't stream on Douyin. I only stream on TikTok. Because, like, for me, be doing what I've been doing in these last 6, I really want an answer for, like, the Chinese people who are watching. Thank you, Diane, because I don't know the answer to this. Because the reason I tell you guys this is, like, the amount of people that have shown me love, and I don't mean just like financially. I don't mean just like supporting the channel with gifts or taps or shares or subscriptions. I don't mean that. Just the amount of random people who I've never met, never talked to before, never really comment a lot, who send me messages on TikTok, who send me messages on Discord. Most of them on TikTok. They don't even use Discord. They're not even a Discord channel. They just send me random messages telling me about how much they love what I'm doing. I had this gentleman who texted me, who sent me a message on TikTok 2 days ago. 2 days ago. This happened 2 days ago. This gentleman texted me. He was saying, I live in Ohio. He said, I'm fighting cancer right now. I wake up every morning, I look for your show on TikTok. It makes me feel better. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and I was like, it's trippy, man. I was like, when I started doing this, I never thought this kind of stuff would happen to me, man, where I'd be getting messages like this. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you guys, man, if I could show you guys what my private inbox looks like, when I first started doing this, I thought I was going to get cussed out by a lot of Americans back home. They would be like, oh, why are you showing a communist country? You paid by the government. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Diane. Oh, you paid by the government. You trying to spread propaganda. I thought I was going to get so much hate. I thought I was going to get so much negativity, so much hate from people back home in America. The opposite has happened. The opposite has happened. All the Americans, I would say 99% of the messages I get are so supportive. Very few messages of hate from Americans back home. Thank you, Plant Groove. Everybody's just so supportive. Everybody's just like, you know what I'm saying? It's like when I read this, I'm just like, man. I'm like, I literally get tripped out sometimes when I read these messages, man. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's why I'm always like, at the same time, you know, I've been so disappointed these last few months with a lot of the Chinese viewers, man, who are throwing a lot of hate at the channel. You know what I'm saying? For whatever reason. Thank you, Victoria. Thank you, Joj. And so, you know, all that is to say is like, ever since I started streaming, man, it's cleared my mind a lot on a lot of the things about where do I really belong. I'm not going to be politically correct when I say this. I've been telling my dad this as well. Where do I really belong? To me, to be honest, man, sometimes the answer is getting clearer and clearer. So if you know, you know. So let's keep moving, everybody. Let's keep moving. I know, LBJ. I know, man. I know, LBJ. Thank you, Marina. Let's keep moving. Looks like we've exited this part of the town. You guys think we should do a little mukbang over here? Thank you, Matilda. You guys think we should do a little mukbang here in this village or go to an actual restaurant? Thank you, Gene. And much love to you guys, too. Pugs, you think we should do a little mukbang here? Oh, hell yeah, Scott. I will come back for sure. Pugs, you think we should do a little mukbang over here? All right, pugs. Let's do it then. Let's go back to that restaurant we were at. Let's order some dishes from here. Thank you, Rodolito. Let's do a mukbang here. Let's do a lunch live stream here. And order some of their $2, $1 noodles. Let's see what they have here. Thank you, Gene. Let's do that over here. Oh, somehow I walked over here to the 大集市, which is, thank you, Linda, which is their market. This is their market here. Thank you, Linda. Thank you, Daniela. Let's see what the 大集市 has. This is the 东义村大集市, which means 东义 Village Big Bazaar. This is their bazaar over here, their market. Let's walk in and see what we have here. This looks industrial. Shit. It's caught a mouthful of that diesel. Man, there ain't really nothing here. This is supposedly the big bazaar over here. Man, I just caught a big mouthful of that diesel exhaust out here. Let's keep moving. Man, please share this live stream, everybody. I'm trying to find a little market to show you guys. A lot of... Hey, Scott, by the way, you feel better? Your cough is getting better, I hope. Mine is getting better. I hardly coughed all live streams, so mine is getting a lot better. This is a 批发市场, so this is a wholesale market, man. I don't see anybody here. It's like a regular customer. There's trucks everywhere. Thank you, Sovi. Thank you, Sovi. Sovi just sent some subscriptions. Thank you, Sovi. Yeah, I mean, Kimberly, this is like a, you know, not every day is the Great Wall of China. Not every day is Disneyland. All right, let's go look for some food. Let's go look for some food, man. Let's get up out of here. I thought there was something to show you guys here. There ain't nothing here. Let's go do it. Let's go get some lunch. Let's eat. Let's go eat. Let's go eat. You know, I'll tell you this, man. We got a lot of people online watching this. A lot more people than I expected for one of my morning live streams. This is just like yesterday when we were at the supermarket. Pretty much over 1,500, almost 2,000 people online at any given time. So we've really carved out a very nice audience base for ourselves that wants to see different diverse sides of China. So this is what happens when you stream for the last 6 months and you build an audience base. People are tuning in. All right, let's go back. Let's go find something to eat. Yes, thank you for sharing. Let's get to 1,000 shares, everybody. Expect the unexpected, that's right. How many viewers have we had already on this live stream? Almost 50,000 views. Almost 38,000 viewers. Man, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, man. I'm not really feeling, Pugs wants me to eat here, man. I'm not very enthusiastic about eating here, to be honest, man. Thank you, Joe J. I'm not really oh, hell yeah. See, we gotta eat here, baby. Ah, we gotta eat here, baby. Ah, we gotta eat here, baby. Ah. Donkey meat. Oh, we gotta eat here, baby. Donkey meat. What y'all think? Donkey meat. Shall we have some donkey meat for lunch? What y'all think? Let's see what the comments have to say. Donkey meat. Who said yes? That was LBJ. They got donkey. That's all they got is donkey meat. This is a donkey restaurant. I'm serious. Donkey restaurant. I've had donkey many times, man. I don't know why y'all tripping. What people saying, nah. Yes, no. Let me come in here. Take a look real quick. Let's see if my signal is still good out here. It's actually nice and AC'd in here. What y'all think? Should we eat out here? Should we eat out here? What y'all think? My signal's pretty good. And of course, as soon as I'm in a donkey restaurant, Few Hill Meal is here. As soon as I come into a donkey restaurant, Few Hill Meal is here. How about that? Dude, I'm getting so many mixed answers, man. 你们现在有新鲜驴肉吗？有吗？你们这个面是自己手工做的吗？这个炸面？是吗？对，都是炸面，都自己做的。好。好的，好的。I'm struggling, y'all. A lot of people saying keep it moving. Now there's customers. There's people eating here. What's Pug say? What you think, Pugs? LBJ said yes. What's Pug say? Everybody's saying yes. Pug is saying yes. Let's get some donkey meat then. 啊，我来一份这个馄饨也是手工做的是吧？啊？馄饨也是手工做的是吧？对。馄饨里面是猪肉吗？对，猪肉。猪肉是吗 ？OK。猪肉大葱的。它的那个炸面也是你们自己手工做的是吧？哦，是。好的好的，那我这个驴肉在哪里啊？哦，这就是驴肉是吗？这是驴的肠子吗？对，半肠。哦，这是驴，它那个驴肉会帮我热一下吗？会帮我热一下吗？可以，加热一下吗？可以。Okay, so that's donkey intestines right here. This is donkey meat right here. 那我来点驴肉吧，来点驴肉，不要来太多，就我一个人。好的。I'm just one person, so not that much. 肥一点还是瘦一点？瘦一点吧。一个人。Yeah, 这是驴的哪个位置啊？这个啊。What part of the donkey is that? 这个是后座儿。啊，这个应该是后座儿这儿啊。好，给我来个这个吧。Get this piece right here. 屁股蛋子这儿。好吃，这个肉好吃。好，我不要太多，就我一个人。这么多行吗？再往那边一点，再少一点。啊。对，再少一点。哎，对，这样可以，这样可以。因为就我一个人。哎。好。28是吧？嗯。好，然后你们有蔬菜吗？蔬菜。生菜有豆芽。我来一份馄饨，我也来一份炸面，好吗？来一份馄饨，来一份炸面。你一个人吗？对，我一个人。你吃不了那么多。吃不了那么多，一份馄饨有多少个啊？一份馄饨咱们是手包的，有10个。10个是吗？来一份馄饨，来一份炸面，里面有些什么东西啊？炸面里边有豆芽。豆芽是吧？我可以把这个肉放到那个面里面。可以啊。对，你就这样夹出来就这样。OK， 好，那这样吧，我。你这个怎么切啊？还得 cut 的是？我给你切成片儿，然后你做好了以后，我给你放上去也行。行，那你给我弄一个炸面吧，我就来个炸面，好吧？然后你们这还有什么别的推荐的吗？主食你可以要烧饼啊，咱们这是烧饼在哪里？哦，这你们自己做的吗？ 自己手工做的。哦，但那个驴肉已经在里面了，是吧？
没有，这就是驴油做的，就是驴那个油，炼出那个油做的那个。
哦，来一个这个。Let me get one of these. So they go, you gonna put donkey meat inside. They're gonna put donkey meat inside. OK， 来一个这个。好的。这你们自己手工做的面包？
对。
啊。
一共30种。
好的。还有别的你们推荐的吗？有没有什么蔬菜啊什么的？你们有凉菜吗？凉菜有吗？凉菜在哪里啊 ？Thank you, Diane. Hello, everybody. We getting a donkey meat. 您帮我切一下，我看您怎么切，切慢一点，谢谢。This is donkey meat right here. I'm about to have a donkey meat noodle soup. I was a little bit on the fence until LBJ and Pug said have donkey. So we're gonna have a donkey noodle today. 你们的驴都是哪里的驴子啊 ？Where do you get your donkeys from？ 你们的驴哪里来的？
都是
内蒙。哦 ，So all the donkeys are from Inner Mongolia. Like that. This is 28 yuan. So this is just short of $4 US for this donkey meat right here. $4 US. 我有一个问题啊，驴肉对身体的好处是什么？
你可以看这个。这个。
Oh. Hey, I'm sorry, Low G, man, but you guys are gonna be eaten by me today. I'm sorry, my Low G over here, man. Hey, man, you the donkey from Shrek, okay? Eddie Murphy, I'm sorry, but I gotta eat you today. All right, so donkey meat is actually very healthy. For all the Chinese people who are watching, man, donkey meat is obviously very healthy. You guys can understand this. But here, it tells you what the donkey meat. Man, look at this line right here. 天上龙肉, which means in heaven they eat dragon. 地上驴肉, which means on earth they eat donkey. That's a historical phrase. Wow, 你们有驴汤吗？驴汤有吗？哦，这就是我的面吧。That's my noodle. 啊，这豆芽是吗？
对。
Oh, that's my noodle right here. Wow. And I ain't never met no dragon before, man. I've never seen a dragon before. So, you guys are looking at donkey meat up close and personal. Look at this. Thank you, Loki. I can't wait to try. Especially you see the way the fat is still on the meat right here. 35元是吧？我现在烧给你们。This is my lunch is 35 yuan. 我吃完饭等我现在。It's about $5 for lunch today. $4.90. I'm gonna pay them right now, and we're gonna have lunch here with the fellas. How crazy would it be with all these empty ass tables if I took my tray and sat right across from this guy in the white t-shirt right here? How crazy would that be? With all these empty ass tables, if I took my tray and I sat right across this dude with the white t-shirt, how crazy would that be? How crazy would that be? 35是吧？好的。Oh wow! Wow! That actually looks freaking delicious. Oh. That actually looks delicious, man.
肯定好吃。
我坐这儿吧。I'll sit right here. 谢谢你啊。
你还要馄饨吗？要的是吧？没要吧？
我来一份馄饨，马上我给你们付钱。你给我来，我付了这2个的钱，然后我来一份。你这馄饨。
我那个意思说，你要是吃够了就别煮那个了，你要不够的话，我们再给你煮，行吧？
我先看一下你这馄饨什么样子，就你们自己手工做的馄饨是吧 ？You made this yourself, huh? Oh, this is all handmade wontons. 这猪肉是吧？
对，猪肉大葱的。
哦 ，OK， 我不怎么吃猪肉，那先稍等一下吧。我有可能得再加一碗面，如果说这面好吃啊，有可能再加碗面。好，谢谢你啊。好。All right, man. Time to dig into this donkey meat over here. Let's Man, I'm actually not gonna sit here, man. This AC is blasting me right in the face, man. I'm gonna catch a cold again if I sit here. So I need to move this. Hold up one second. I need to move this, man. The AC is blasting me in the face. It's very cool in this room. I gotta move real quick. Hold on one second. There we go. A lot better. Thank you, Ninja. All right, let's dig into this donkey meat. First, give you guys an idea. This is all handmade right here. This is good food right here. Let me take off my shades as well. My hair is a little bit short, so let me go ahead and take out my charger. I'm ready for this. This donkey meat soup right here was about $3.90. This donkey sandwich over here was about like $1.10. So all together, this was like $4.90. Go ahead and put this down here. Alrighty. Alrighty. All right. It's a very nice restaurant, actually. It's a very, very nice restaurant. They got tissues, they got chopsticks. Like, it's a...
那个刚才你扫25是35，你扫支付宝。哦，不好意思啊，那是支付宝，我看错了啊。
I paid her 35 yuan. She's saying I shortchanged her. I never shortchange people. I only give them extra. Anyway, time to dig into this. All right. All right, man. Donkey time, everybody. Well, one of my moderators let the people know what I'm about to eat. Donkey sandwich and donkey noodles. I picked the perfect amount of meat as well, not too much. Oh, you know what I just realized, guys? She didn't even charge me for the noodles. Thank you, Dallas. When you buy donkey meat, the noodles come free. Man, Taylor be hating, man. Taylor be hating. Let's try this. Thank you, Scott. What is that? Man, thank you, Scott. Thank you, Dallas. Let's give this a try. Donkey noodle. Wow, okay, so let me describe this donkey. The word of the day is donkey. Lü. That's how you say donkey in Chinese. Lü. So let me describe this donkey meat over here. It's very interesting. It has the texture of beef. It chews like beef. But it tastes a little bit like pork almost. The kick to it almost tastes like pork. Let me get another bite of this donkey sandwich, donkey meat right here, man. Very interesting. There's a lot of people also coming in for lunch now. First of all, this is very fresh. Thank you, Jubri. It's very fresh donkey meat. And the noodles are also very different. If you look at the texture of these noodles here, let me bring this a little bit closer to you guys. Look at the texture of these noodles here. I've never seen this before in China. This specific type of noodles with all these dots on it. Very different noodles. Very, very different. Let me try the donkey sandwich real quick. So this looks like a